We move on to the 7th on the programme. This is the second last at Happy Valley on Wednesday night, and race number 7 is a Class 3 contest up to the 1650 here, headed by Harmony Hero. Goes back up in trip, Richard Gibson and Neil Callan. Mega Red switches the headgear, the hood goes back on. Two-time winner on the all-weather over the 1200 metres. Rickfield, last start course and distance winner. Jiang Bai Chi, runner-up behind Lucky Girl last time out. Merry Go Win is a two-time course and distance winner. Tangmere, Casper found Zach Purton. True Grit's on a hat-trick for John Size and Joe Moreira. And Universal Go-Go, who was runner-up behind True Grit last time out, comes up in class with his Conqueror. They're both into Class 3 for the first time. And True Grit has had 3 trips up to Chung Fa in the last month, and you'd have to say probably agreed with him. Yeah, he's going exceptionally well, isn't he? And did all of his preparation up there before he was able to win first up. World famous in a tricky little speed map, potentially takes the front. Either him or Universal Go-Go, you would think, are the leaders here. Unless there's a roll of the dice with maybe Let's Take It Easy, who's drawn 12. They did go forward 2 starts ago, but ultimately 7 or 12, 12 or 7 to do the early leading. And True Grit up in class, but from barrier 2, he should get a few favours like he's done in his last couple. Here is Mega Red, a couple of even sectionals for him. They're taking the blinkers off him now, putting the hood back on, so they are playing around with the gear. He'll get back. He'll be running on late, but he hasn't managed to get his nose in front for a while. Here's Mega Red. And now we're looking at World Famous, just working with Waldorf here, who is in the last, and World Famous, barrier 9, so they'll probably roll the dice and go forward with him. That World Famous is the one on the inside there is a World Famous. No, outside, sorry, he was. And True Grit, here he comes now. He's, as you mentioned, he's really enjoying it. Up at Chung Fa, he's going nicely as well. Under a good hold as he comes down and finishing off well. So hasn't taken a back step himself. All right, we'll hear from John Sides very shortly, in actual fact, about True Grit. But we'll start off with some winning form here of Rickfield. And Umberto Rispoli in the saddle on this occasion. This was back mid-April. First start since, and Umberto stays on board. He got crowded out of the gates, and then it sort of all worked out for him. There was some pace going in, and then he just got into the race late. And sort of it all fell into place for him on the night. If you look right through his form, he's probably better over 1,800 metres. If he gets a cushion in the track and maybe a tactical battle, that might roll his way again. Yeah, they went lickety-split in that race earlier on, and he just finished over the top of them. It's whether he can repeat. All right, that's Rickfield. True Grit comes here on a hat-trick. Up in class, though, as well. Let's hear from the trainer, John Size.
John, True Grit, 2 from 2 since that break. He's come back in terrific form.
Yeah, he looks good, doesn't he? He seems to be putting it all together now. He was quite a slow learner, I thought, early in the piece with his trials and even at the races. But now he's worked it out. He looks like he's going to go further.
Just looking at the vet record, November he had a fever. Was that the reason why you gave him a couple of months off?
Yeah, he was sick, and I think the time off that he's had probably helped him. He's got a little bit stronger, and he's certainly developed more of an understanding of racing, and I think that's going to stand him in good stead.
A lot of his work has been at Chung Fa. Does he like the environment there?
Well, he's one of the horses that went up there quite early, and he seems to have made the adaptation. And when he started to race from there, he ran well, so I've left him there. I haven't sort of changed his location. At the moment, there doesn't seem to be any reason to do so.
Looking at his last win, that last 150 metres looked to be quite something from him.
Yeah, it was. He was sort of well back in the field and probably still had plenty of energy to give, so he looked impressive the last 100. Hopefully he can do a similar thing and run well off when he's up there handy in a race.
Up in class, good draw overall. What are your sort of feelings like going into Wednesday with him?
I think it's okay. It looks like a suitable race for him. It looks like he step up in class he can handle. If he jumps well and posies up about 4th or 3rd in the run on the C track and gets close to the rail, he'll probably go close to winning again.
Super work from the cameraman there to keep tabs on track. And you really saw that acceleration when the gap came. You did, but you also saw in the first half how sluggish and slow he was. He got out of the gates a little bit awkward, and he almost looked half asleep through the first half. So, as John said there, if he does step well and can maintain a forward spot in the first half, then that'll be a lot more
better for him in the end.
Yeah, especially that low barrier draw, he's going to get a nice run, isn't he?
All right, True Grit, very hard to beat then. What of the others, though? Zhang Bai Chi and Let's Take It Easy, who chased home the, well, this was his swan song. Lucky Girl retired after this win.
He did, didn't he? Yeah. No, we won't be seeing him anymore, Lucky Girl, but I thought it was a good run by Zhang Bai Chi. He's sort of found his niche here, and Let's Take It Easy. He's drawn barrier 12. He's going to find it a bit more difficult. So of the two, I'll put Zhang Bai Chi in on the minor line.
Yeah, Let's Take It Easy sort of been there, and he's sort of coming down a little bit, whereas Zhang Bai Chi was, well, that was start 14. He's come a long way down from where he was initially, and now he sort of looks like he's on the way back again. So of the two, I'm with Paul.
All right, True Grit was 2.5 and even money favourite last time, 2.7 here, Paul, at the moment.
Yeah, and I think you'll win too, True Grit. As John said, the pennies really dropped for this horse, and we saw that really good acceleration from him when he did win his race. So he's on top, Universal Go-Go. He'll come in with a lightweight. He's a horse who's been running well recently, quite consistent. As his Merrigo win, he's been going nicely as well. And I think he should get a nice run in Transit 2 from barrier 3 with the Apprentice Claim and Zhang Bai Chi we talked about earlier on. 10, 12, 8, 5, but I think 10 will win it.
Yep, I saw it exactly the same way. I've got 10, 12, 8, and then I put in Harmony Hero, who's been quite consistent without winning this season, and some cushion in the track might not be against him either. He has got the big weight to carry, that's a concern, but I wanted to include him. 10, 12, 8, 1.
Yeah, Harmony Hero goes in for me as well. Zhang Bai Chi was my long shot last time out, so I've got to go in, but very hard to tip against True Grit. I think he's probably the most likely winner, isn't he?
You tipping Zhang Bai Chi?
No, I'd got to be for second. He's my Quinella horse. Okay. Yeah, I think the winner's probably might be quite handy. All right, that's race number 7. One more race to go. Race number 8 plus all the best bets. That comes up next.